Yo, 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 what it is? Game Dev in the house! Moving forward with another enemy, going back here into the assets and then sprites and then enemy sprites, we have the spider jumper, which is this bad boy. And of course, you see that we need to change him from sprite mode to multiple, from single to multiple, that is. Sprite editor, slice everything up. I'm going to S him up, and there you go. So first things first, drop this bad boy over here. Of course, he's too big. Let me first set his layer to enemy and set over here 0.7, 0.7. This is an acceptable height or size for him. I am also going to attach a box collider on this bad boy. And of course, let me just change the size of it so it can be something like this over here and this over here and just a little bit down, something like that. There you go. He is going to be a solid one, so we're not going to check the checkbox for the collider, or is a trigger, excuse me. Rigid body, and make sure that you freeze the Z rotation. There you go. We also need to, and I forgot the main component, which is the animator, which is the number one thing that I attach always. So move the component up and move the component up. You can click on these three dots to rearrange the components to move them up and down. It's not necessary. It will not teach you anything. I just like to have the animator on top, below the sprite render, scripts at the bottom, and I'm weird, okay? It's just that. Change the name from spider jumper underscore 0 to spider jumper, and let's go and create the animation. So enemy animations, going back over here, we have the spider jumper animations. There you go. And from here, we are going to right click and create an animator controller, same as what we did. So this one is the spider jumper controller, same as what we did so far for every one of these. As you can see, this repeats. The process of creating something repeats over and over. It's not complicated at all. So now I can take the animation and move it over here and create the animation. So we're going to have the idle one. So this one is going to be idle. And over here, we're going to create a new clip, and this one is going to be the jump animation. So jump, and there you go. So let's go back over here inside of our sprites and put these animations. So the last 3 frames are the jump animation, and the first 3 frames is the idle animation. So there you go. And voila. Let me just see that in action. So if I preview that, you know, again, the spider looks like a crazy person, whatever. For the jump as well. Look at that. He's like possessed, okay? Our spider is possessed. So I'm going to take this spider jumper and let me just hit the play button so that I can see the animation and we can see, okay, he is still like a crazy person. We don't want that. He's like a junkie. Look at him. He's like a little junkie. So what I'm going to do is set that at 0.5, maybe even 0.3. There you go. And let me just set the jump to the default one to see. Well, jump can also be at 0.5. Yep, or even maybe 0.4. 0.4. And set the idle one as the default state. If you like this tutorial series and you would like to learn more about game development, you can do that in my Game Development Academy, where I have more comprehensive tutorials, more detailed tutorials, where I teach you more advanced stuff than in this tutorial. Link is down below. For a small monthly fee, you can support this cause and you can learn something. Click the link down below and check it out. So over here for the parameters, we are going to create a Boolean parameter that I'm going to call jump with capital J, and have here right click from idle to jump and right click from jump to idle, and click on the transitions and make sure that we, you know, uncheck the checkbox over here and uncheck the checkbox over here as well. Because we saw the examples for this, we saw why we're unchecking all of these. The reason for that is because the transitions will take long to complete, to go from one animation to another animation, and so on and so forth. You get the point. And also select this one and change here has exit time, you know, and transition duration is going to be set at 0. So going back over here into the prefabs and enemy prefab, simply drag and drop the spider jumper and go here into the scripts folder. Enemy scripts, and we're going to create a new C# script, and this one is going to be the spider jumper. So what is the next step? Let's attach it on the spider jumper. And if there were questions for what we did so far, this is something that you should know how to do, and I'm also going to tag it. Don't forget that. This is something that you should know how to do on your own. We did this already numerous of times, and these are basic things. This is nothing complicated. So, but if there are any questions, make sure that you ask in the comment down below and I will help you out. Everything that you need, I'm here to serve you. So over here, we are going to have a private rigid body 2D, and I'm going to call it my awesome body. And we're also going to have a private animator anim. Now, I know somebody's going to say, but teacher, you said that we should separate the scripts. Yeah, that is true, but there is only one animation basically over here. So we can use the animator here. There are always exceptions to rules. Next over here, we're going to have a private float, and this one is going to be minimum jump force, and that's going to be equal to 5, and the maximum jump force is going to be equal to 12. And over here, we're going to have a serialized field, private float, minimum wait time, which is 1.5f, and the maximum wait time, which is 3.5f. This is pretty clear. They are self-explanatory. So we are going to use a random range between two values to have a jump force or to add a jump force to the spider. This is also, or two variables that we are going to use a random range to know or to determine how much we're going to wait before we jump. Over here, we're going to have a private float jump timer. And last but not least, a private float can jump. And there you go. Basically, I'm going to leave it as is. I added all the variables because I want to give you an assignment for you to create the jumping functionality for our spider jumper. So that is an assignment. Try to do it. Post the solution below this video or the next one. Better the next one, because if somebody's watching this one, he will see the solution and, you know, he will cheat on the exams and so on and so forth. Just kidding. But anyways, you can post it on the next one. If something was not clear when it comes to this one, make sure, when I say this one, I mean this video, make sure that you ask down below and I will help you out. So in the next video, we are going to code this. I'm going to give you the solution, but also make sure, at least try, especially if you are in the beginning stages, you understand the basic code, but you never wrote something on your own. This is going to challenge you. So try to do it and post the solution in the next video. And I will see you guys in the next video.